Good morning, guys. Let's take my 600 horsepower IS300 to work today. Holy shit! Oh man, that feels good. So right now I'm working on my GX. I'm taking the dash out for the evap core. It's a little bit of a mess in here. But yeah, let me take a look at that. Oof. But anyway, so I'm dailying my 600 horsepower IS right now, 650 or so. 1.5 JZ car. This is the bay looks like. La 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 la. 1.5 JZ, 650 horsepower IS300. Let's take this thing to work. It's finally freaking fully sorted, and it's fully a daily right now, and it has to be because I'm driving it every day and I'm loving it. Forgive the outfit, I know I look like a loser. It's 90s day at work, and figured I'd do something because I have some 90s clothes. Anyway, let's go driving. All right. The rest of the day is fine. E85 does it to you, man. But we're in, and I just want to show you what I look like. Kind of look like a loser. Oh. It's me. It's my life. Oh God, I look like a loser. Windows will be open. I'm still working on AC. We diagnosed it yesterday. It needs a compressor and it needs an O-ring. So just a new compressor. It already has a compressor on it, so it's set up for it. Oh, it's just a little bit garbage. We're in a hurry, so I'm not really letting it warm up like crazy, but I am just gonna slowly ease in and let it warm up itself. Keep it around the same RPM it would be at anyway. So just so everybody knows, that one right there, that's accurate. The speed on this is a little fast and the RPM is a little off because it's calibrated for a 4-cylinder. I need to put a Dakota box on that. I actually have one. It calibrates it. I just haven't got around to it because this works so well. Speed is on the right, RPM is on the left. I like this screen. I've been messing around with the screens that have been on it. You can kind of see there's a bunch of different versions. But I kind of really like the Supra dash, so I've been running with that one lately. We got a cop in front of us, so let's come to a stop, and I'll keep videoing in a second. Alright, so I guess my normal route is blocked up. Exit's closed, so we're taking this route. So, cruising a little bit. That was a GSF. That's clean as hell. I'm on my Waze here. Fits perfectly there, but I still need to go ahead and put something right there. Something like I need Apple CarPlay. Sunshine Hotel. That's my fans right there. That is my secondary fan. My first fan comes on at 180. I have the second one on a manual switch. I've always had it on one. I just never switched it from it. So when I hit 200, I throw it on there. It's actually super cool right now. 201 is what we're sitting at. I'd say anywhere between 201 and 215, depending on how hot it is acceptable. I like to see it around 205 or so. That's like nominal cruising temp. highway cruising. So, highway cruising. We're sitting at around, right now, 35, 37 or so, 3,800 RPM, 80 mile an hour. So it's a little high for 410 gears. It's a little bit much, but I've gotten used to it. I found a nice sweet spot kind of right around here at that 75, 80 mile an hour mark. That really kind of just works. Let's get around this truck. Just so you guys can get an idea of what it sounds like windows up too. I'll do that. Soon I'll have AC and this won't be a problem. Yeah, it's not so bad in here. Even better when you can play a radio. I can't play it right now because then I'll get copyrighted. But yeah, simple. Kind of hear what it sounds like to do a... And yeah, man, I just sit in fifth gear. When I'm on the highway, I just sit in fifth gear. And when I need to go fast, just start easing in a little bit. That was 13 pounds of boost, just barely tapping it. You can kind of see it all right here. That's where you can see everything going on. It's getting hot, so the windows are coming down, boys. Boys and girls. Nice cool weather. We're sitting at 201,199. That's perfect. And you know what? I actually think it's reading a little bit high. So I think that's high anyway. But the car is bellissimo. These things you can see better out of the right one, but the left one is not much of a, I mean, it's like you kind of like get to it if you do that. Yeah, kind of see it that way. But yeah, the gas gauge drops in quarters, so it actually only starts at 3/4 full, and then it drops a quarter every time it's at that level. So it'll show 3/4 until it's half full till it's quarter full, and then when it's empty, it'll just drop from quarter fill to below that mark right there and throw a light, and it's very scary. So we're running E85. I kind of just gauge it by how many miles we've gone, and that's actually in kilometers. So we've got 202 kilometers. I probably have another 100 kilometers on this tank until it's time to refill. I probably could put pump in it, but there's far less detonations on E. It's happier on E. It makes more power on E. It's a little more expensive nowadays, which is kind of a bummer because it used to be cheaper. It's just to find it locally or close by, they charge a premium. But yeah, got to deal with that fuel level stuff. That's never fun. Look at all this traffic. So just so everyone knows how traffic works, you're supposed to ride out the lane that you're in until the end, until the point where you can move over. That is the proper flow of traffic. People stop, then it causes this. You guys saw enough of traffic. Let's catch up when it's moving again. This is my favorite cruising speed, right around 55, 60 miles an hour, fifth gear, just cruising, under 3,000 RPM, quiet when I want it to be. If I want want to go ham, we can. We could just downshift and play a little bit. But this is optimal cruising speed. I know if I had a 6th gear, like in a T56, which is very similar gear ratio to the R154 up until 6th gear, then 6th gear can act like this at 70, 80 miles an hour. Then that'd really be perfect. That's probably my only gripe with the car, but I'm not even, I like cruising around this anyway. This is nice. Happy. And then when we want, it's just like you know, you just do that whenever you want. It's wonderful. And then you just go hit gear and cruise like a fucking G. Laptop stays on, made for tuning stuff and logs and all that. But yeah, man, this is cruising. You can see better there. Cool. Not like New York City, but it's pretty cool still. Silly, but when I see someone with their windows open, I'll kind of like brush on the gas a little bit and just pop off just as I get past the window, just to give them a nice little just things you do in the car. Good. That's why I exit back on to work. Oh yeah. That's just you going for the day, baby. That's the stuff. Woo! Good morning, baby. Yeah, I'm really excited to get this thing on some roads. And we're here at work. All right, we made it. Let's let the car cool down for a second and grab my stuff. So that was our ride to work. I'm gonna have a nice long day at work right now, and by the end of the day we'll pick back up and we'll do our ride home. So thanks for riding me to work today. See you in a second. All right, it's the end of the day, so let's start this thing up, give it a few minutes to warm up, and then we'll get out of here. See, starts up nicer now. Let's give it a second to warm up. All right, let's head home and go get some E85. 600 clean as fuck. Damn, son. Oh, we actually have to get in the right lane. I'm gonna be an asshole. Thank you, sir, for letting me in. Ooh. Turn that off for a minute. No traction. Yeah, man, this is such a great daily, and the music in it is great. I'd put it on, but oops. Sorry, sir. At work today, so a little bit of leftover hitting the windshield right now. Surprisingly, it actually hasn't dropped to the lower level yet, so it's got some gas in it. I'm curious to see how much. Look at that 234 kilometer trip so far, so we'll see what that equates to in gas mileage and see what kind of mileage this thing's getting on E85. Luckily enough, there's an E85 station about 7-8 minutes from work on my way home, so we're going to get some E85 right now. Closest station in Charlotte used to be an hour away from me, which sucked. This is way better, but it's more expensive. I used to pay like almost like $1.97 for E85 up there. Here it's like $3.30. You'll see in a second. He goes, I love your car. I love that. There's also a bunch of kids in that school bus, so I had to do a little pull past them. It just has to happen. Let's put some gas in this thing, baby. All right. There you go. Let's look at 339. Hot damn. I have an app though. Cool. While that's going, I always like to check my oil when I'm at the gas station, just to be sure. This is something you should do with any modified vehicle, especially the way this car is modified and my oiling issues in the past. So I always like to check, make sure everything's looking good. Looking good. Yeah, there it is. That's a pretty little stick right there. That's right at the top there. I love it. And that's the bay. Bay's looking good, nice and clean and bright and shiny. I love this car. Super simple. Oil's looking good, staying good. We're ready to go rip again. So let me hack this up and let's go. figure out what kind of gas mileage we're looking at. So we went 241 kilometers. Let's do the math. 241 kilometers to miles. That's 149 miles, so let's go 150 miles. 9.55 gallons. So let's go ahead and do that. 150 divided by 9.555. 15.69. You know what? About 16 miles per gallon. I'll go 15.7 miles per gallon for an E85 650 horsepower 1.5 JZIS. It's pretty awesome. It burns about 30% faster, so you can add, let's see, if this was on pump gas times 0.3, we can add another 4 miles per gallon, so figure 21 miles per gallon on pump gas. The way I've been driving it, which you've seen, I'm not super nice to it. If I'm really good about just staying in vacuum, we can get 20 miles. I've gotten 20 miles per gallon on E, 27 on pump, but 16 round town on E, I'm pretty stoked about that. All right, let's pack up and go. So I reset this every time I go in. So we know that I was at 9 gallons. I had about 2 more gallons to go. So I'd probably go to about 300 kilometers max. While we're sitting here, honestly, you guys are getting some good info. It doesn't take much for oil. I put conventional oil in it, VR1, so you know, 6 quarts about $40 for 6. Then gas right there, you saw that was like, let's say 50 bucks a week if you were to daily it. And just regular maintenance costs. It needs a compressor. First time it needs a compressor in the 20 plus years of this thing being around, and 10 plus years of my ownership. And it's a normal car. It's a Lexus, and it's making 600 horsepower and daily like a normal freaking car. Let me make this light. Let me make this light. Come on, a little further. You go, you go, you go. Yeah, good boy. I've driven radials in the rain in a 1200 horsepower C8 Corvette, and I wanted to poop myself the whole time. But here, check this out. Oh yeah, baby, windshield wipers. Fortunately, with all this water on the ground, I can't quite hit my favorite turn with as much aggression as I'd like to. Well, let's see if we can play around a little bit. Getting a little slippery. Oh, a little straight line. There we go. I right there, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but that is the basis of a good tune. When you come down to idle at about 1,000 RPM, from about 2,000, you know, high idle to low idle, and it's so smooth and perfect that it's just a normal driving car, that's a well-tuned table. And man, it makes all of the difference. This car is just smooth and I love it. I love coming into that turn a little hot, have some fun. Yeah, baby. It came in a little, got a little more sideways than I expected, honestly. Haha, that was fun. And we are home, sweet home. Car is back. That is, hold on. Oh. And that, my friends, is a day in the life of daily driving a 600 horsepower IS300. If you guys want to know anything else, I missed anything you're interested in, maybe some day-to-day stuff, let me know. I'm happy to do more of these. I'll see you next Friday. Peace.